boys and girls. So today we are going to do a review of the SU-76M. Once again, it's one of the tanks that I haven't played in eons. 17% win rate, 6 matches, and average damage is about 400. I hope you guys don't mind me. If you guys don't want me doing these lower tiers, just put in the comments, please do higher tiers, 5, 6s. It's just, like I said, I haven't played these things in literally, like, the last time I touched this tank was probably when it came out, or, 9 years ago, or whenever it was added to the tech tree. And it's just kind of nice, because, like I said, I'm trying to get my stats up in these things, and, like I have in a couple of the premium tanks, the T127, I brought them up a little bit. Couple of them that I've been playing here just to get the stats up in them anyways. So, if you guys are not interested in seeing the lower tiers, let me know, and I just won't do reviews of these. I just felt that, hey, I'm playing them. I haven't played them in forever. I've never done reviews of these tanks, and they might help out some newer people that are just getting in the world of tanks. Or maybe you're looking at going up the, the Russian tank destroyer to get the Object 268 version 4, which this is part of that tech tree. I believe it is. Well, let's take a quick peek. So, okay, so we got that Russian tank destroyer. It's going to be up top. Yeah, it's a Tier 3 SU-76M. So as you go down the tech tree, you end up getting the Object 268 version 4. So, you never know. Maybe you're looking at getting the 268 version 4 and you got to start from scratch. Well, I tell you, this is, it's a lot like the Tier 10 as in the gun. I did make and I'm notorious for doing this, and I do apologize. I always forget. What I need to do is quit just loading a premium round right off the bat. Because what happened was, match started, I hit 2 to load off a premium round right off the bat, and they bum rushed the city. I couldn't get loaded quick enough. I was just firing one round, bam, 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 after another, and I was knocking them out, and I didn't even think to swap it back over to a standard round, which we'll go over it real quick, but standard round on this is phenomenal. I was way overkill. Way overkill. Anything, they had a PZ2J, and I would have went through that no problem with the standard rounds. But, yeah, so if you don't want me doing the reviews of the smaller stuff, just let me know, and I'll stick to more like Tier 7 and up or 6 and up. If there's anything you want me to review that, you're like, hey, I wonder what this is or what that is, let me know. I'll do a review on it. Matter of fact, like this BTSV, I don't think I've ever even done a review on that. The SU-76I, I was going to do a review on that the other day, but my own team killed me. An idiot. But yeah, so like some of these I don't even have set up. This M3 GFT, I haven't even had that in a match yet. Several of the smaller tiers, I bought them, just never even used them. So anyways, let's go over this thing, and I apologize that you can't really see it. It's kind of hidden behind all my crap because I got 3 rows here. Otherwise, it takes me forever to sit here and, go through. That's just Tier 3s. But, you can see a picture of it right here. It looks identical to this. So the gun on this is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I'm trying to get the crew rest of the way trained up because I had it in this little guy, the SU-76I, which it's 100% crew there. Actually, no, it's not. I thought it was 100% all the way now. Oh, because he's at 98. But I'm trying to share these two. I didn't realize I've always had a crew for each tank. I've never had a crew and put it in another one and, had them hopping back and forth. Back in the day, I didn't even know you could do that. Somebody said, well, how big's a crew you got in that thing? You got 1,000, 1,200 matches. And I'm like, well, I've got, 5 crew skills. They're like, what? That's it? You should have like 12. And then they said, well, you can do this and this and this. So it's not a couple years ago I found out you could do that with the crews. I just never knew, never asked. And so most of my tanks have a crew that has been in that tank specifically, other than some of the premiums, like my T-34. I had that up to like 6 crew skills and took that out and put it in like the T-110E5 and stuff like that. But then I would put a crew in the T-34, start from scratch, and work its way up. So, anyways, long story short, I didn't realize that in order to share a crew between a premium and a stock tank, a tech tree tank, you have to actually put it in the tech tree tank first, train it to that tank, and then you can send them to the garage, and then put them in the premium tank and use them without any penalty. So I retrained them to the SU-76M, and they're getting there, but they're 93. So the crew skills aren't at 100%. As you can see, there's some red ones, but it's nothing. Even though they're red, it doesn't mean like, oh my God, that's double the amount. No, it just means they're being penalized because it's not 100% crew. So anyways, let's go over the gun on this thing real quick. So standard, or well, we'll go over the rate of fire for mine, even though it might be a little bit less considering. Standard pen 112, phenomenal, just phenomenal. You'll go through pretty much every tier 3 and probably tier 4 with standard rounds. Premium round bumps you up to 189. So basically, I could be in this tier 3 and shoot through a lot of the tier 8s with this thing. Through the front, 189 pen. Phenomenal penetration for your premium. And it's APCR, so the rounds get there. Pachow. Your HE is 29, pretty standard, doesn't do crap. Average damage per shot is 85 for your premium. Your standard 95 for HE. And let me see something real quick. Dispersion. Let me see what the dispersion is on mine. 3-4, and I think it is 3-4 here. Yeah, so basically, being penalized, my crew skills are kind of what it would be if they were almost kind of stock, or whatever you want to say. So, anywho, where are we at here? So my rate of fire is 20.95. Let's see what it would be up here. 18.7. So yeah, my rate of fire is still better because I've got a gun rammer and the crew is almost at 100%. A few more matches and I'll have the commander at 100%, or I'll just get some gold and retrain him. Be the lazy way. My reload is 2.86 seconds, which once I get the crew to 100%, I'm going to change these around because I would rather have camo and definitely not, what is this, mentor. I'd have something for a vision so that I can see further away, which I think, let's see what you can get for that. Recon, yeah, so that adds to your view range. So, yeah, I'm definitely, once I get gold, I'm going to change that around there. Gun traverse is 44.25, and the haul traverse is 42.23, so it spins pretty darn quick. Pretty darn quick. You still got to watch out because of these light tanks in these lower tiers haul butt. Like a PZ-1C, 80 kph, that thing will run circles around me still. So you still got to be careful, even though it does spin good, and it's still getting penalized a little bit. But even once it's not getting penalized for the crew not being 100%, the one crew member, these will go up just nominal, just a little bit. I mean, barely, probably much at all. It might go to 44.26. Your gun depression is typically, typical Russian, -5. So, don't plan on working ridge lines because you got to come up over the hill to get shots off. And plus 15 for your elevation, which is good. Gun traverse is 15 both ways, which is good. Aim time is 2.29 seconds, which, like I said, it's getting penalized. I imagine it'll be 2 seconds or under once I'm not getting being penalized there. Dispersion is 0.34, which is actually pretty darn good, and it'll probably be 0.33 or 32 once I'm not getting penalized. My average damage per minute is 1781. You get 155 hit points, and you really got to be cautious and divvy those hit points out only when necessary. Don't take unnecessary hits because 155 hit points with what this has for armor, you will go through those 155 hit points. 2 hits and you can be dead. Most of these tanks in tier 3 and 4 hit for 110 average damage. Do the math. That's 220 hit points. You only get 155. So basically, 2 hits and your goose is cooked. Armor is nothing special. 25 in the front, 15 on the side, and 15 in the rear. And it's open top, so you got to hope you don't get hit by an artillery shell because, you will go bye-bye really quick. Weight limit is 10.77 tons. Engine is 170 horsepower. Specific power to weight is 15.79, which is actually alright. It's not super. I like to see over 20. Over 20, you're starting to get really good specific power to weight. But for the weight on this, and you know, kind of a small engine, but because of the weight, that is pretty good. You will climb hills, and you'll maintain your speed pretty well. Top speed is 48 in forward, 12 in reverse. Concealment, I've got a camo net, and it is 41.52. So you definitely want to use bushes to your advantage. They are your friend in this. They will keep you alive so that you can get shots and not get spotted. Now my view range is 352, and that is with the nods, and still, like I said, it's red, so I'm getting penalized. So I imagine it'll be probably close to 360 once I'm not getting penalized, and the signal range is 528. So yeah, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay and some post-game stats for you, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in Live Oaks in the SU-76M. You'll see me type something. I probably shouldn't point it out. You might not have seen it. But this guy over here in the Type 91, Fatty Bob, he was in the last match that I was in, and he was in that tank. And here I'm in a tank destroyer. He was setting back in the bushes with me in a tank destroyer, and he kept shooting. And every time he would shoot, it would light me up and him. And then I ended up getting just tore up because every time he would shoot, they would just lob shells, and I ended up trying to get out of there, but 2 shots and I'm dead. And yeah, so he ended up getting me killed because he was setting back with tank destroyers. Oh, I almost put myself there. He was setting back with tank destroyers in a heavy tank. He was the only heavy tank, and I'm like, okay. So I just told the guy, I said, please just stay away from me. You know, and I explained why I said that so other people kind of steered clear of him too. Obviously, he has no clue what he's doing. But yeah, he got me killed because he was shooting. You guys know. I mean, it's just common sense, and obviously he didn't have any. So we take up a nice position right here to try and get early lights. And the M2 medium gets lit up, and we are going to make him go bye-bye. So we take a blind shot and missed or somebody took him out right before my blind shot hit him, which is a little bit bummed since I did all the work to get him down to nothing, but oh well, he's dead. That's a light tank. It's got good vision, well, depending on how much, you know, how he's got it set up and stuff, but it's got good vision, or good enough vision to light, you know, us up, you know, in the this area over here. Oh great, and here comes Fatty Bob. I think he stayed away from me anyways, but so I started shooting so much right here, I didn't even take 2 seconds to put it on standard rounds. I just got firing so fast and so much, I didn't want to take the 2 seconds to reach over to switch it over. So I wanted to make sure, well, 2 of that, and I wanted to make sure all my rounds penned, because there was a lot of enemies that were in the city there, and I wanted to try and get them gone as quick as I could, or at least do as much damage as I could to help out. So we are just ripping these guys up. And I'm just taking as many shots as I can, as quick as I can. Now we got Fat ass Bob over there that's clueless, and he's going, I have no clue. I have no clue what the guy's even doing. He sat here behind me for the first few minutes and did nothing, and then now he's going that way. In a heavy tank, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just glad he's not near me anymore. So, anyways, we just kept trying to get as many shots as we could, as fast as we could, and this has got really good camo rating. I'm not in a bush, so you know, you get that extra camo rating in a bush, but I figure, you know, I'm sitting here in the wide open, but I've got 40, I believe it's 46 or 47 camo rating and a camo net, so that helps out. So I wasn't really worried, especially being lower tier like this, getting spotted by pretty much anything, because the view range on most of your low tier tanks is really bad unless they have it set up for vision. And of course the round that I need to have hit that tank misses. And I'm getting penalized for the crew I have in here because the commander's not at 100%. So a lot of the stats on this will actually be a lot better once I get it up to 100%. I thought there was an opening in there to get shots, but yeah, I ended up getting taken out anyways. But it must have been a house right. Oh yeah, now that I get looking at it, there was a house right in the way where I was shooting. So the rounds on this are AP now, and you'll notice they're not as fast, and you got to leave the target quite a bit more. So all three of those shots missed. I'm like, ah, crap. I got used to the speed of the APCR rounds. Boom, getting there, Johnny on the spot, and I was hitting every one of the shots just about because the APCR rounds are so much faster than the AP rounds. AP rounds are still, a lot faster than like HE, but they're just not as fast as the. I should have taken a shot right there. I just want to take a blind shot, real smart. But I start using the bushes to my advantage because there's one tank that hasn't even been lit, I don't think. Easy, loosh. Yeah, the tank destroyer there. The Marder 38T has not been lit yet. So I have to kind of play it safe, use the bushes to my advantage. One thing you got to be real careful with if you decide to get this is it's open top. It sits really low to the ground, and you'll see me go through the water here in a little bit. I almost thought I wasn't going to make it to the other side. I thought I was going to drown. It doesn't ford through the water too very well. So make sure you try and stay in shallow water. If you have to go in the water, make sure it's for a very, very limited amount of time. Yeah, I can't wait to get this other crew member up to 100% because it will definitely shrink in on the targets a lot faster. Everything will just work on it a lot better. Even the controls, you watch this. Start drowning there halfway through. I'm like, oh crap. Yeah, but once it's fully decked out at 100%, then it helps everything. Even the when you're driving, how well it turns, just everything. All the stats will go up on it pretty good. So I'm trying to back up this little bit of a hill. I thought it was bigger than that to get shots at that loosh. And I saw the T-29 was pretty low. I thought, I better head that way and try and help them. And as I go blump underwater again, yeah, this thing does not do well in water at all. But they ended up taking that guy out. So I thought, I'm going to go up along tracks and come up the back way there. Because I'm looking, I know they got a PZ2J and that Marder 38T. They're somewhere over here. Not sure where. So I was telling the loosh like all along, go cap, go cap, go cap. Because these guys are over here. If he would have followed the city around, he could come right up alongside, go through the city, come along that side road, hop on cap, at least draw them back or try and figure out where they're at. Oh, it looks like he said the loosh said he got killed with one shot. I didn't think he had that much health. Yeah, watch when I hit this water here. 10, 9, I'm like, ah! So you got to be real careful with the water you're going through with this because it doesn't like water that's deep at all. So, where's our loosh? I wonder if he got turned upside down or so. What's the deal with that? Because here's our T-29. And there was our T-29. Must be the loosh is just out of my range, radio range or something. Oh, yep, because there he is there. So I'm thinking you'll see me stop every once in a while, let my nods kick on. I'm hoping with my view range I can spot them. So I'm trying to stay low on the outside of possibly where the Martyr 38T or the PZ2J is. The best thing that could happen to me is have that PZ2J pop over the hill right here, and I could have just put shells right through his front, knocked his track off, and killed him. Because the reload on this is just awesome. But again, you'll see me, I'm kind of keeping my range away from where, you know, they could be, so that I can stop, my nods kick on, I get my view range, and then hopefully light them, and then get shots on them. So our Lush is coming up through here. See him right there. And I thought, cool, he's going to get on cap, start drawing him back, maybe light somebody. So he's going to get on their cap now. I'm thinking maybe I can light something up down here. So I wait a second. Now it's kick on, nothing. So I start going again. And I was going to go join the Lush down there. And then I saw, I'm like, what the hell? He just got hit? I'm like, oh man, you're kidding me. He just got taken out. So I'm watching. He's beeping on the map right there that he's in this area. So I go low. And I'm going to try getting down here a little bit further because I still don't know where the PZ2J is. I'm thinking maybe they're babysitting cap. So I could light him up, take him out. I pop up over the hill and I see, great, now they're capping. I'm thinking, okay, now I got to go reset cap. I'm staying high on the tracks and hope, you know, that I'll light something and then I can bop off. So I'm tooting right along. And then there's the Martyr 38T. So I fling around. He's trying to get his gun up at me. He misses. I hit. He misses. I hit. He hits. I hit. If he hits me again, I'm dead. He bounces. I kill him. If he would have hit me one more time right there and penned, I'd have been dead. Because his shots do 110 damage per hit. I've got 155 hit points, so that left me with 35. The mistake that I made was when I was right back here. So my options were go down here, come up, you know, go down the hill, come up this side, and try going along the side of the hill to get, you know, get a light, get our cap lit up over here to get lights on them. Or I could go along the tracks right here, or I could have turned around. I was right about here, I think. Turn around, go around the tracks, come up this way, and go through the tracks this way. This side's got a lot more room. I thought I was going to be able to squeeze through this pretty easy, but if you look, as you're going down the tracks, there's these little things right here that are like, you know, frame supports, and I hit one of those, and it almost got me killed. Also, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I should have just slowed down. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, I'm dead. I just really fudged up. So we fall off, but it was just barely off the edge, and I'm like, phew. So I'm thinking, okay, now I just lost about 6 seconds there. And that might cost me the game. And I'm looking at the timer, I'm looking at the distance, I'm thinking, oh my god, this is going to be so close. And now I'm climbing the hill trying to get over there so I can get lights on him and be up high enough to get shots on him. Because where the cap sets, you can't be low because of the hill right here. You got to be higher. So I'm thinking, here we go, stop, nods kick on, and nothing. So unfortunately, a couple things could have cost me the match there, but basically when I got stuck on the bridge for a few seconds and fell off, I mean, given it was only maybe 4 or 5 seconds, but that 4 or 5 seconds could have made the difference for me, you know, getting up to right about here, and my nods kicking on, and when they kick on, it could have been right just enough to light up the cap. I'm not going to beat myself up about it because even if I would have had that extra, you know, 5 seconds, like I said, I might have made it to here. That building would have been in the way. So, you know, if he was on it would be the southwest side of our cap, is going to be over here behind that building. So if he was sitting there, I wouldn't have been able to get shots on him or light him up. The only, hopeful saving grace I had is if he was on this side of the cap, but from the flag over, well, a little bit over from the flag, which, is obviously in the center of the cap. So from, the southwest side of the cap, I would have been able to get shots or light him up. But, there's a good chance he could have been setting anywhere in this area, and I could have got a reset, saved the day, and his view range is crap compared to mine. I can pen the PC2J because the standard round on this does 112 pen. His thickest part of his armor is only 80, so I would have went right through him like butter. But, yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. So close, but yeah, so far away. And I'm just beating myself up about, the bridge right there, because that literally, like I said, that could have been what cost me the match. But you'll never know. If I would have went low, I would have come down this way, and I would have still, I ended up climbing this hill anyways, which sucks, because you don't want to be climbing hills when you're trying to get somewhere fast. You want to stay high, stay up on these railroad tracks, and there's just no way he would have outspotted me in a tank destroyer. I don't care what he had in that for a crew. Even if he had coated optics, I don't see somebody putting nods on it. But even with nods, I still would have outspotted him because this is a tank destroyer. So my base view range is still way further than his with him even having nods. So yeah, that just really sucks. 6 kills, a lot of damage, and to end up losing over him capping. If I would have been in the PC2J, to be honest with you, I would have came after this, me. I would have came after the guy that's in this tank destroyer, because he would have easily, penned this. It's only got 25 millimeters of frontal armor. He could pretty much go through this anywhere, and he's got 10 shots, so that's 100, hit points of damage. Well, actually more, because it's 11 hit points per shot. So, over 100 damage. I only had 35. I would have went for the kill. He still had almost 4 minutes, but some people would rather just cap. I guess, like Klaus Kellerman says, a win is a win. So, hey, they won, and we didn't. But anyways, yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you, so I'll be all right back. Well, fiddlesticks. Here's the results of that match. Let me move this down a little bit. I wonder... That's the nice thing about laptops, is adjustable screen. I wonder if the mistake I made when I was crossing the tracks, I went on the right side because I was already further down the hill progressing towards the railroad tracks, and you got the train on the tracks, obviously. So my option was go down into the water and up the hill, which obviously slows you down. So I wanted to stay up on the tracks. Well, I was cooking along on the tracks there on the right side, and I got stuck. I got lucky I didn't die when I ended up dropping down off the tracks. I landed, literally didn't take a lick of damage, which I was real surprised, because if I would have taken any damage, it would have killed me, because I think I only had just a handful of hit points left, like 50, 60 something. Not even that, I don't even think. But yeah, so the right side, if you use that as an example, if you ever have to run down tracks, make sure you're on the left side. A lot more room. The right side, it just got me pinched in there, got stuck. I ended up dinking around for a second there, dropped down, got going. And that's where I think if I would have got out of there quicker, that maybe not even 10 seconds of time could have made the difference of me getting to where I was, stopping, nods kicking on, and spotting that PZ2J. And the penetration on this standard round is 112, so I would have went right through him probably. You never know. He's got, if I'd hit him in the side or rear, definitely. He's got 50 armor, and I got double the penetration, so the overmatch, I should go right through him. I actually just remembered. Oh, yep. I had 21 premium shots, and I think I shot every one of them. Oops. Yeah, I'm kind of notorious for getting to switch it over on from my standard round, or premium round back to standard. Oh, well. Shit happens. But, yeah, anyways, it's got a really good gun, so I would have penned pretty much anything I was shooting easily with standard rounds, so that was overkill. lost some credits. I haven't even looked at the results yet for the detailed, like what I lost. I imagine I lost a pretty good chunk of money. But that was a Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, a Fire for Effect, Sharpshooter, Master Gunner, Bruiser. We got a Top Gun and a High Caliber. The WN8 on that match was phenomenal at 11,629. We'll go over the results and we'll go over the tank, do a quick review of this little beast. So we got 3 hits on the T28 for 245, knocked out his track. The Modder 38T, I hit him 4 times at the very end there. He was hidden in the swamp area and he kept knocking out the guys on my team that were going for cap or coming around. As soon as he came out, got lit up, and I 1 for 1. I think this does more damage, and I had a faster rate of fire, so I took him out. I don't like just sitting there going bang, 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 but I didn't have time to, you know, take a shot and then try and get down a little bit and then sneak him, take a shot, because, I mean, we were getting capped, and it was just me. I was the only person left to get back to cap, so I needed to get him gone. So, again, that's where, you know, really watching your hit points, what you have for hit points, which this is just it's a little tier 3. You don't get, I mean, you get just a little handful of hit points. Yeah, 155. So, you know, 3 hits and you're dead. So you got to be real careful, and that's where your hit points come into play, where I didn't take any damage throughout the match. I didn't take any stupid risks other than going across the railroad tracks, but it was too late. I already taken damage. I just got lucky that when I fell off the railroad tracks, it didn't blow myself up. But that's where, you know, at the end, you can, you know, if you're full health, even though I've only got 55 hit points, I've got 155 hit points. And a lot of the enemy team members didn't have that much. I think that Marauder 38T might have been full health. But I was able to sit there and go 1 for 1 shots with them and not have to dink around trying to, you know, bait a shot, because I just didn't have time. I needed to get back to cap to reset it, which just didn't unfortunately happen in time. But, you know, so it's just, you really got to learn to watch your hit points, when you can spend some of those hit points to take somebody out. Is it worth the damage you're going to take? Is it a fair trade? Are you going to pop out and get 3 times for 1 shot? Or are you going to get 1 shot and have no shots hit you? That's where you really got to make, you know, split-second decisions. And when that Martyr 38T popped out and I seen him, I had full health. I wanted him gone. I didn't have time to dink around, so I figured I'll spend the health now. I have it, and then I can go try and take that PZ2. I think it was a PZ2J was left. Yeah, which I could have penned him with the standard rounds on this, no problem, 112. And I would have outspotted him because I had nods on this, so I easily would have spotted him. He would have not seen where I was even shooting him from. And even if he did, this has got alright penetration. Even if he was shooting gold rounds at that range, he'd have been lucky to even hit me, because, I mean, I've got my PZ2J with the best possible setup you can, and my dispersion is still 0.54. So he would have been spraying. There'd have been no way, just no way. I would have just picked him apart. But I didn't get back in time to spot him to do that, which really sucked. My other option was don't stop and try and take the Martyr 38T out, but I've got one of those. The thing does tool right along. It is fast. So more than likely, if I would have skipped him and went for the PZ2J, he would have followed right behind me and started shooting me in the side or the rear when I was trying to take the PZ2J out. You know, I would have got myself stuck in a pickle with 1 tank on one side, or 1 on the other, with me right in the center, getting shot from both directions. So I didn't have a choice. I had to take the Martyr 38T out regardless of whatever. And not just that, but if I didn't take him out, I scoop back, light up the PZ2J, I start getting shots on him, the Martyr 38T pops around the corner, lights me, well then, the PZ2J's got me lit up and can start getting shots on me too. So, I just didn't have a choice. He had to go. Unfortunately, he wasn't a one-shot. It took 3 or 4 shots. He was full health to get rid of him. But, so, long story. So anyways, the Martyr 38T, we hit him 4 times for 270. Yeah, see, he's got double the hit points. I only got 155. He's got 270. But we finished him off, and we actually did bounce one of his rounds for 110. I got real lucky because that gun that he has hits for 110, where mine hits for, what, 85? Yeah, 85 is the average damage on mine. So, with 155 hit points, I think that's what I said this had. Yeah, so basically 2 shots, and he could have killed me. He hit me 3 times, 1 bounce. That was my saving grace. The M2 medium, we hit him 2 times for 181 and knocked out his gunner. T29, we hit him 2 times for 106, finished him off, and knocked out his track. T29, another one, we hit him 4 times, finished him off for 250, and knocked out a track on him. BT7, hit him 2 times for 156, finished him off, and he got hit from me spotting him for 74, and I originally lit him. Cruiser 3, we hit him 2 times for 180, and knocked out his commander. The PZ3E, we hit him 2 times for 161, finished him off, and knocked out his track. And the Stuart 1-4, we hit him 2 times for 155 and finished him off. So we had the most damage at 1,704. Next closest person had 602, so I did double, over double what the next highest person did in damage. We had 3 people to 0 damage, but you know, it happens. Hell, I've had it happen to me. Sucks, but it happens. And so we got 34 shots, 23 hit, 23 pen. It was overkill shooting the premium rounds, but like I said, I hit number 2, put it on premium, and a lot of times I just forget to switch it over. I just got shooting. There was so much enemy activity in the city, and I was getting shots at the stuff. I just didn't even think about, oh, I got to switch it back to standard rounds, and it happens. I just happened to me quite a bit. Shame on me. So from a distance of more than 300 meters, that was 956 damage. We got hit 2 times, 1 pen, 1 bounced. So yeah, if both his rounds would have penned me there, I would have been toast. Where are we at? Damage block by armor was 110. Spotted 1, damage 9, destroyed 6. Damage with our assistance was 74. And we lost 18,210 credits because I shot all my premium rounds. Shame, shame, I know my name. But, yeah, this is a little beast. It's got a hell of a gun. But yeah. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. If you did, please click the like button down below. Don't grade me down for using premium rounds. It happens. But anyways, you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.